Good evening. My name is Eddie Cole. I'm a spring 2009 initiate of the New Alpha Alpha chapter of Omega Psi Phi here in Bloomington, Indiana. Today, join me as we go through a journey of past and present experiences of current members of the fraternity that reside here in Bloomington.
Good evening. My name is Edward Hazelrig. I crossed over into Omega at Theta Zeta chapter in Johnson City, Tennessee at East Tennessee State University.
My name is Robert Davis. I entered the fraternity through Zeta Epsilon chapter in 1986. I'm currently in New Alpha Alpha chapter, serving the greater Monroe County.
I'm James E. Mumford, a retired professor of music at Indiana University. I was initiated into Omega Psi Phi in April of '54, New Psi chapter, Virginia State College.
My name is Eric Narcoleptic Saunders, spring 2005, ace of the 11 combinations of thunder and lightning. I am currently a vice bossilist for the New Alpha Alpha chapter, Achievement Week chairman, district chairman for Big Brothers Big Sisters partnership.
Hello, my name is Alric Banks, and I came into the fraternity by way of Delta Gamma chapter at Fayetteville State University in Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated was founded on November 17, 1911 on the campus of Howard University by four distinguished gentlemen: Dr. Ernest Everett Just, Bishop Edgar Amos Love, Dr. Oscar James Cooper, and Professor Frank Coleman. The Greek letters Omega Psi Phi derived from the phrase meaning friendship is essential to the soul, which became the fraternity's motto, along with four cardinal principles: manhood, scholarship, perseverance, and uplift. We hope you enjoy this documentary.
Just thinking about the founders and the time in which what they went through just to bring this organization into light. And a lot of people don't know this, is that our fraternity was, when we decided we wanted to be a frat, we was rejected. And but yet and still they persevered because they saw this organization having a purpose and being the first fraternity on an African American campus, doing something that's never been done. Very courageous men, and I mean they were doing things at a time, when you had segregation, you had racism, you had all these things that we just we take things for granted these days, and they sought out their profession to the highest, and that motivates me.
But you know what I found out? What I found most amazing about them is that they were at such a young age when they came up with this idea to form this fraternity. I mean, when I was 17, 18, 19-year-olds, I wasn't thinking about this. I mean, the depth in which our fraternity is founded on, and the foundation that was laid down. Can you imagine 19-year-olds today doing what they did back in early 1900s? I mean, a 19-year-old. I mean, just the shield itself, and the meaning and the history behind the escutcheon itself. I mean, that's some deep thinking.
Yes.
And 18-year-old, two 18-year-olds came up with that.
That is impressive. That's very impressive.
And the biblical basis for, the fraternity and the deep meaning it has there. Like you said, 17, 18, 19-year-olds, and glad to know that they had, God in their life and thinking that way at that age, and just how really what the things that they started then are still applicable today. I mean, it's transcended time, so I think that's awesome.
Yeah, and thinking about the founders for me, I think about them mainly because I'm still in school. I think about them from like an academic standpoint and what they were each able to go on and accomplish professionally. I think that's amazing, and it speaks to the caliber of the man of Omega. It speaks to the caliber of what this fraternity was set up to be, and how what type men start this fraternity.
Manhood, scholarship, perseverance, and uplift. Man, the essential things that I feel like I need in my life that's guiding me through my life. Any struggles that I'm going through, it's
Well, which
it's
one's most important to you? If you had to just pick one,
man.
which one would you?
I think
It's got to be manhood.
It's gotta be
Because
manhood.
manhood
Yes,
kind of
manhood.
directs you to the other ones if you're taking care of
It's gotta be
responsibilities and you know, seeking
Exactly.
Christ is to me is a manhood thing. I mean, you kind of do that when you grow up and then you know, like I said, just taking care of business, being a man. You know, scholarship is important, so you need to take care of the educational basis to move forward in life, and then that'll make you persevere because you just have that courage and then just being a man and a Christian man, that just drives you towards uplift and makes you want to, you know, lift up your community and all humanity. So,
And lift up the
I
people
feel
around
like
you.
it's the first card for a reason. So
correct.
yeah.
So
Most
you
definitely.
got to take care of it, you know, you got to be disciplined by that. Because, again, there's so many guys who think they a man just because, you know, you got the build and, you know, the stature and all, but it takes discipline, it takes courage, and
Character.
Yeah.
so, and it's hard in this day and age. I think it's our generation that's led by sight, not by faith, and I think with those principles, and they had to come from men who were led by faith. So here we are 100 years later.
Yeah, and thinking about the cardinal principles, like, you know, it is one thing, for me, it's one thing to be able to recite them, but it's another thing to try to live it, you know, and I think that is a key part of the fraternity for all of us. You know, it's one thing to, you know, be able to, you know, walk around and just say a thing, but let's live Omega. You know, let's look at what the founders were talking about. Let's look at our cardinal principles and let's live them. And that, you know, that plays up the service part. Because when we're doing that, we're helping everybody else.
Right.
As a men of Omega, we have to, again, I mean, business, you're talking about the economy and everything like that, but when it comes down to uplift and as it pertains to our community, working back in Indianapolis, inner city of Indianapolis, a lot of times I get people in my community, oh, aren't you in a sorority? Or, you know, what's that? You know, things like that. And it's people that's just trying to survive. And you get so many times brothers get egotistical about the frat. It's people don't care about this frat. And I love the frat, so it's my job to I don't want to say make people care, but make them want to care. And they don't care about what you say until they see what you do.
Right.
And so as an Omega, I mean, we have everything there. And I mean, they're just waiting for us to be brave, be courageous, for us to uplift them and just show them that, you know, it is about scholarship. It is about perseverance. You know, that we can pull each other up, you know, and lift as we climb. And that's why we're all here.
Yeah.
You know.
Brother, don't you think the mandated programs that we have sort of lead us into that direction? I mean, that's why they're mandated programs. You know, our talent hunt program, our social action programs, our achievement week programs, essay contests, Charles Drew blood drive. I mean, those things that we've done in the past and that we're going to continue to do. I mean, that's us showing the community what we do and how we impact the community. I think our last blood drive we had, we got about 50 pints of blood
50
for the
pints,
community.
yeah.
I mean, how many lives you could save and how many drugs and stuff can be developed with 50 pints of blood? And that's all because of that.
social action chapter of the year and chapter of the year.
I mean, but when it comes down to it, you know, brothers, I work with big brothers, big sisters, and one of the saddest points in my life in Omega was when I had to see a childhood friend actually shot dead in front of my car. And I asked myself that day, what about me being Omega could have prevented this? And so that, you know, that stays in my mind, you know, even to this day, that I don't, you know, they call me narcoleptic, but like I said, I need to wake up. You know, I think a lot of brothers, we need to wake up and realize how much power we have as men, what lies within our fraternity. And I'm not, you know, trying to be blasphemous or anything. I just know that this is a special organization by men who believe in Jesus Christ and believe that the men that come across this way can make change happen by the things that we do and by the things that we need to continue to do for the next 100 years. You know, it happens, it starts now, right now, as 100 begins. You know, that needs, I firmly believe that service to the community needs to be one of our main priorities.
The future of fraternity is great, but we have some challenges in front of us because our communities are crying. Our communities are crying for help, and Omega needs to be the one that's supplying that help. With our cardinal principles, our motto, we'll always have something strong that is our foundation, but we must continue to challenge ourselves so that we remain relevant in our communities.
Because I believe inherent in Omega men, if they're not that way, if they came to Omega, it's something is in them that can make them move to where they need to be. So those of us who are already there, we just have to reach back, each one pull up one, and we can move this fraternity forward because we've always been founded on brotherhood, on love of each other, love of the brotherhood, manhood, scholarship, perseverance, and uplift. That's always been at the background of everything that we're trying to do. And if we're doing that, we're successful.
I feel like the fraternity, again, we need to lean on service. We have a community education system is I mean, it's pretty horrible right now. Our economy is going bad. Everybody needs to be bought out. And I think we have not really begun to tap into our power. I think most human beings have not tapped into more than 15% of their mind. So I think if Omega Psi Phi, the day that we begin to tap into our whole 100%, it would definitely be a household name. People will want shields for Omega Psi Phi in their house and they won't even know why. They just know that it's, hey, this is great. It blesses your house. I don't know. But as we go into the future, I mean, I don't want to see the frat die. I just want to see it live along the lives of the people that we serve and the dedication of the men that we bring in.
We hope you enjoyed this documentary, as it took a very personal and detailed journey through the lives of many men of Omega Psi Phi. Indeed, this fraternity is about friendship, and it has been about service for 100 years. This moment is indeed a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. We hope you enjoy, and we hope that you will join us as we move forward to serve Omega and our communities for the next 100 years.